Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you what we're planning on making our new server spawn. If you're wondering, this is on my server, still on FusionCraft. Me and cloudcon are making it. We're going for a medieval fantasy style. Haven't done it before. I've always wanted to do it. I've never done it, and I don't know why. These are the style of the towers, so you can already get a kind of what everything is going to look like, and these are the design of the walls and stuff. We just started building this like 2 hours ago, so we still have a lot to do. These are like the design of the walls and stuff. So it's going to be very like well, it's not really going to be very magical, but we're going to try to make it very magical. The walls right now, we're just getting all down the basics, the layout of everything. So right now this is going to be sort of the central point of the town, of the city. So up here is going to be the castle. Now none of it's built yet. Oh, squeeze my cheeks, but we're just planning it out. Right now, I've always said to myself, like, why am I building small spawns when I'm known for a person who builds gigantic cities by myself? So why the hell am I not building a gigantic city for a spawn? So that's what I'm doing now. But I am building it with cloudcon, if I didn't already say that. It's nice to have another person helping, actually. And most likely Miss Bad as well. Come on, when she'll probably help us as well. But this is going to be the entrance to the giant castle where you spawn. Where you spawn now, it's going to be sort of the same setup if you have been on the server already. You spawn inside the dungeon. I always like that. I don't know, it's just always kind of like, it always happened in Skyrim and Oblivion and all that sort of stuff. So I like that sort of starting out in the prison sort of thing. It's cool. So the castle is going to be, it's going to be right here. It's going to be big. And I mean big. Gigantic. There's going to be probably a big tower here, a big one here. The walls are going to curve. The front of the walls going to be a gigantic gate. There's going to be a huge inside with a big throne room and all that sort of stuff. And maybe a throne room, maybe something else. We'll have to wait and see. There's going to be big, gigantic towers all spanning all over the place. And it's going to look epic from far away. It's just going to, on the dynamic map, which we have, is just going to look epic. That's all I know. Right now, we're just testing out ideas with arches and stuff. All this area here is going to be foliage and trees and like really nice features. So as you're walking out of the castle here as well, there's going to be a few features in here as well. Most likely like a big fountain or something like that. Maybe a big fountain here which drizzles over here and goes down up to here to a big another fountain sort of thing. So let's say you spawn inside the castle, you come out and you have this big nice view. Actually, is really nice actually. Look at this. When you oh no, I don't know what dawn is. Dusk, I mean. Meh. It'll go there anyway by the time we finish this video. If you look down there, the sun just goes to there and it looks so epic. So if you're wondering as well, this is a flat world and it's on my server. We generated it with multiverse. It's really handy to do, and then we're going to be copying and pasting it in. So we're going to have these. They're going to be a lot more detailed. As I said, these are just all the basics down. None of it's extremely detailed right now, with the exception of the towers a bit. They need a bit more detail around the bottom and stuff. But I always find now that it's a bit simpler to it's like putting loads of cheat details in, if you know what I mean. We're gonna like, because there's gonna be loads of trees in there and stuff, you're not gonna be able to see the detail on this wall, so there's no point in doing detail on the wall. The other side we will, but this side we won't. There's gonna be loads of trees along here and it's gonna look really nice. Gonna be like loads of really nice features along here. So we're just testing out ideas of how the arches are gonna look and stuff. So when you come along here, I want big scale. Like when you look at this, I want it to be just like in your face. You know, that's what I want. You know, why do I have so small spawns? Stupid. So we're gonna do that. Then you come out here. As you see, none of it's detailed yet. It's all gonna be like nicely detailed later. Here then, it's gonna be more foliage and trees and all that sort of stuff. There's gonna be no buildings here yet. Here we're discussing we're gonna have either a fountain or maybe a shrine or something. I might even be like so vain as to put my character on top, you know, or put someone else up there, maybe player of the month or something like that, or top donator, you know, something like that. So this is going to be not very detailed place again. It's just going to have like maybe a few places to sit down and nice stuff to look at. And then we're going to have really nice looking lamps and all that sort of stuff lighting up the city. And then we're going to have nice big signs to tell you exactly where to go. Problem with the current spawn is it's tiny, but it's confusing as hell. Like I said that in my last video, I was like, I want the spawn to be really small, yet like I want ups and downs and all this sort of stuff, and the landscape to be constantly shifting, so you're confused as you walk around it, and it gives the illusion the city's bigger. So I'm like, why give the illusion when the city's bigger? Just make the city bigger and make it easier to navigate. Just, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. So here we're gonna have a nice big sign saying this is this way, this is this way, this is this way. So this place is gonna be really easy. So the idea so far is you're gonna come out here. We're most likely gonna do this exact same design right here. We're not gonna put it here as well, because we find that if we put too many towers, it takes away from the already existing towers. Too many towers is not a good thing. So one here. So we have 2 of those there, we'll have 2 here and 2 at the exit over there. There'll be an exit to the city there, and over there. So when we see, we're thinking of splitting the city up into sections, but we don't know yet. That's a maybe. If we do, we're thinking of this first area, if you keep going straight on, will either be the market or a place where you live. Now we were thinking market, but I think it'd be nicer to have a big area where you live. But then again, don't know. It's still up for debate. We were going to have a big circular area here as well, just like the Imperial City from Oblivion. But we found that to make plots and stuff like that, where it would have looked cool, it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much, I think. You know, it's better. And like we were saying as well, there's too many circles. You need your sharp edges too to cut it, to break your city up a bit, you know. So that's why we had the circle here, and the circle continued like this all the way along. So we were like, screw that, we'll make this a circle, make this a sharp edge, and this a sharp edge, and it just broke up the city, especially when you have another circle here as well. Too many circles are cool, but it just looked a bit much. So that's why we changed it. Here we use the tower as a gateway to out of the city. Right now, as you can see, the walls look very plain because there's not enough detail on them. Once we have the buildings are most likely going to be pretty tall as well. So the buildings are most likely going to be like maybe this tall. Some of them might even be taller than the walls, so we'll be able to see them from outside the city. We don't want them to be too small. Most likely going to be taller than the wall, actually, maybe like about here, I'd say, because it's always nicer to have when you're outside the city to be able to see. Not like, it's annoying when you're outside the city and all you can see is a wall. Obviously this close you won't be able to. Further back you will be able to see the houses. But we're gonna have we wanted the spawn to be more of a place you want to hang out as well. Right now the spawn is just like, there's no real place where you can go and just chill. So we're gonna make it so the big market space is here, where we're gonna have an admin shop, but we're also gonna have plots. Now it's up for debate if the plots are going to be pre-made and you can put your signs down in your chests and sell what you want, so we can keep the city's image intact, or are we going to leave plots open up for people to build whatever they want? Most likely we're going to build plots, and we're going to do pre-build them, so people buy the pre-built plots. The rule will be you can't destroy the roof or the outer design. You can build whatever you want inside, but the outside has to stay the same. So when you're looking at the city still looks like its image, you know, the image of the city is still intact. So there will be loads of houses and stuff, market stalls, all that sort of spread out all along here, so it'll look really nice. We'll also have a lot of houses and stuff, and we'll have the admin shop and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Over this section we're going to have some sort of an arena where our plug-in mob, well, not our plug-in, the plug-in mob arena will be held. So there'll be a proper arena inside spawn this time, and that's what we're probably going to do for one of the sections. Then another section is going to be strictly residential. It's going to be all stuff for the residents. Also inside here, I forgot to mention, in the marketplace we'll also have like an auction house and most likely a bank. Now we have to see if we can get plugins to do that, but I've heard that we can get like a bank area where people like can deposit some goods, deposit money, maybe deposit their stuff, so they don't have to bring them to their, you know, they can leave stuff in spawn in a safe place. So if, you know, maybe, I don't know, you know, because maybe not everyone wants to leave their stuff in the wilderness or something, some weird shit like that, but it just it gives more options for stuff in spawn. Again, when we're doing the residential area, most likely you're not allowed to be able to change your house, because we want to keep the town's, again, image intact. But but you can do whatever you want to the inside. You can add all the chests you want. You can do whatever you want. I'd see that the problem is our last spawn. It was our very first one. It was based on my Nordic city. It was great and all, but people were just making houses that were like fucking 100 stories tall, making big towers, making farms inside the city. It was just stupid. People were just using them for nothing really, and it just was annoying. So we were just like, screw that, you know, we need to. That's why in the new city I got rid of the idea altogether. But then I realized then nobody wants to come to spawn. Like, what's the reason to come to spawn anymore? So hopefully these are good enough reasons to keep people actually use the spawn and stuff. So that's sort of the idea of what we're going to do with the area. I would really love if you guys could leave comments and suggestions on what you think we should put in the city that would make it more of an appealing place to stay there and use it, and actually use it, I suppose, because it just wasn't being used before. I'm just gonna actually, right now I'm finishing off the detail on these walls. As I said, it's very little detail for now because there's going to be trees in here as well, so you're not going to be able to see this one on the outside. Now we'll have to put a bit more detail. But what we're going to do then is once we have like the basic layout of all the walls set out, we're going to set up all the plot sizes and all that sort of stuff. Then we're going to go outside the city and start discussing and making designs. Most likely we're going to use the red brick, like the red brick on the walls here. It looks really nice to me. I'm just showing you how I designed the walls here. It's very simple, like, but I might as well show you anyway. So I'm going to put it up so that when you join the server, it asks you to download a texture pack. Now it still looks fine in the default texture pack, and like it still looks fine to me. If you look at it, that still looks really good to me. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, the flag color as well, it's going to be completely it's going to be subject to change. We're most likely going to try to have a big flag somewhere saying FusionCraft, because we need something like that. So once we come up with the detail of the houses and all that sort of stuff, we're going to come up with like maybe 5 or 6 different style houses and then copy and paste them all in. Then we're going to start doing all the other details. We're going to try to do some magical thing as well, because I haven't used the beacons yet and I want to incorporate them into some sort of build. So me and Cloud were thinking of some sort of magical quarter, where you go, where it's just for aesthetics really. Where like we have a big mage tower or whatever, and on top of the mage tower we have the beacon, and it's going to be hidden, inside the tower. So maybe let's say if this tower was a mage tower, inside it there will be our configuration of emeralds, whatever, and you'll see the beam of light come out the top, and I think that would look really, really cool. And then we could also do like, like my old mage tower, if you remember, I did the kind of spiral effect around it. We could also do that as well, but the inside of it will have like the glowing light. I know that sounds really cool to me. But that's sort of the idea we're going with so far. We want it to be more, we want it to look good, but we also want it to be a place, as I said, where you want to go. There's no point in building all this when no one wants to use it. Where people just come here and whatever. So we're going to have one proper admin shop that has all the stuff you need. It'll have all the stuff like the is it the chiseled stone? So because I don't think you can make that. It'll have maybe chainmail, just stuff that you can't make yourself, because right now you can't get those, obviously, and maybe a few sponges or something like that. I don't even know why they put sponges in the game when you can't make them, or if you can, I don't know. I'm a noob at survival Minecraft. Unfortunately, I need to get someone to like give me like a crash course, because I can't even I haven't played survival in a very long time. Actually, if you look up there now, it looks really, really nice. When you look from here and you can see the sun at the very bottom, it looks so magical. But we're gonna go for the medieval magical-y style, so hopefully it turns out well. I really want to hear your thoughts on what you think we could put into it. We're also gonna have lanterns. Decasaurus on our server just showed me a really nice design for lamps and stuff, which I think we might use. It's a pretty big lamp design, but the problem is, well, not the problem, I mean, the good thing is our spawn is huge anyway, so big lamp designs are not a problem. With my old city now, they would have been. So that's sort of the design we went with at the start, because I wanted some sort of enclosed looking thing, and then we had what is it? We had wood going along this side here at this edge. And then we had another one. So if you go into these if you go into these walls up here, basically just like this for now. Nothing special right now, because we don't need it to be special right now. So that's sort of the idea of everything so far. I really like this style. I've never ever made something in this style before with this pointy looking towers. I've seen it a lot, but I've never tried it myself. And when I was trying it, I was like, we were trying to come up with ideas of how tall the tower should be and all that sort of stuff. So we kept adding and adding and adding, and then it just turned out right, and we were just like, perfect. That's perfect. So I really like the look of this. Most likely as well, my next build as well, like this is just going to be some sort of a side project as well, so I'm still going to be doing other stuff. A lot of people want me to do steampunk, and I'm really surprised, but I think I might start looking up ideas for steampunk and trying out some cool stuff. But again, guys, make sure you leave your suggestions on anything we're missing to put into spawn that will make you really want to come here. You know, that sort of stuff, because we want this. There's no point in making it, as I said, if no one's going to use it, but we want it to be really, really impressive looking, like really impressive, and the scale, we want it to be huge. I want people to visit the server and go, Jesus, look at the size of this, I want to see what else is on the server, and then they'll go out and look at everyone else's creations and all that sort of stuff, and it's going to look pretty goddamn wicked from the live map when we have the castle done. So this is sort of part 1 or diary 1 or log 1 or whatever of this spawn build. We'll come back again when we have all the walls done, a lot of more of the details, and probably a fixed style of what we're actually going to make. A fixed style of houses, I mean, and ideas for this gigantic castle that's going to be here. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like if you like this sort of videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.